everybody, welcome to this Xbox Live episode 272, the TXL wish list. I am your host, Mark, aka Wingman709, and with me, as always, is my good buddy, Rob.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Also known as Presar. It's good to be here.
So, Rob, did you check, make sure you could hear? You should be able to hear yourself today.
I was just checking.
Because I made sure that I had my audio stuff switched
Yep.
before I launched the program.
I did hear my beautiful, harmonious, melodious voice
Well, awesome,
just
awesome.
now, so I think we are okay.
Good to go, good to go. I think
Well,
we're
actually,
finally figuring this thing out, right?
We're okay for now.
At
You
the
know
moment.
what? Yeah, right now, what happens? Half an hour, 10 minutes, 2 minutes from now.
When
It's
my
hard to say.
computer crashes, and if we disappear, folks, we'll be back shortly. We'll continue from where we left off, but I'm still having random issues with my computer. So yay! I think I'm gonna be buying a new one here pretty soon. So we'll see. But anyways, enough of that garbage. Join us. Be sure to check us out at thisxboxlife.com. And as always, you can support us by shopping at amazon.com. You can click on our link on our homepage, or you can go to thisxboxlife.com/Amazon. It will take you to our affiliates page. And as we always like to tell you, bookmark that link there so that anytime
Yes.
you make a purchase, you're always using our affiliate link. We appreciate it. That'll help us pay for the servers, and once that's paid for, all the rest goes back to the community. Give stuff away to you guys. So we're getting there. We're seeing people use it, but we get a very tiny little percentage, so it's going to take a lot of orders to get it up. But
But every little bit helps.
every little bit helps. So every little thing you're going to buy,
Yeah.
buy it.
I know I'm buying through there. Mark's buying through there, and yeah.
So, and a lot of our community is too. So we appreciate
Yes.
that. Thank you very much. All right, so we're going to get right into, before we jump into what we've been playing, we've got another giveaway, and this is from our awesome community. This is coming in from courtesy of Ty J. He has emailed Rob and I this week and said, I've got a code for Killer Instinct with all the characters, and
That's
it's
awesome.
not his style of game, so he wanted to give it away to the community, to someone who would really like to have it. So we're going to give it away, and we're going to do what we did last time. Only this is a little trivia question we came up with, but you will have to, once you know the answer, or you think you know the answer, you go to thisxboxlife.com/contest. That's the whole URL, or just go to our main page and hit the contest tab at the top, and just put in your first, last name, and your gamer tag, and then your answer, and submit that. And we will randomly pick a winner on our next episode. So you've got till next week, which let me just double check the old calendar, Rob. Are we doing a show on the 22nd?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So
I'm
we will
good
announce
as long
this
as
on-
you're good, my friend.
I'm good. So we will be doing a show on next week on the 22nd, and we will announce the winner then. So you got 1 week to get your stuff in. Please use the contest page. We verified it is up and running this time, and it is working. So you should be able to do that with no problem. So with that out of the way, I guess we need to tell you what the contest is, right?
That would really help.
I'll just go to the contest page and fill in anything. All right, so here's the trivia question, and this is for the Xbox One version of Killer Instinct with all characters. The original Killer Instinct game was initially released to arcades in 1994. The game was rumored to use what hardware engine? We want to know the name of the hardware engine that it was rumored to be using. All right, so just go to that contest page and give us your answer. We'll give this again later in the show. So moving on, Rob. Now, I do know that you were playing something because someone from the community texted me a screenshot and said, in fact, here, let me pull it up. Let me read it verbatim here. You were caught.
Nice.
All he said was, OMG, a Presar sighting. laughing out loud. And he sent me a picture of
Dude,
you on
is that like
upload.
citing Sasquatch or something
So I
now?
don't know if
Nessie?
there's the picture on my phone, so you can see he's got you there in the middle. You were on upload, so he caught you. So I thought that was kind of funny. But so I know you were on the Xbox One. Did you play anything other than uploading videos?
Yes, I did. I played some Peggle 2, and it actually did a recording of some of the gameplay. So I was just messing around with upload after that. It's
Some of the gameplay.
what?
Peggle 2 takes a freaking game clip about every 30 seconds, man.
It does.
It's worse when if you're playing through right now, like playing against the masters, it's not so bad. But when you go in and you're starting to do the trials, it will take game clips about every 30 seconds. It's like every time you do anything, new game clip, new game clip. I was done playing the other day and I had like 98 game clips.
Nice.
And there's no way, you have to like manually delete them one by one. Now, supposedly they'll delete themselves over time. So I'm hoping that
Yeah, they're
that is the
temporary or
case.
something.
But yeah, yeah, it's a
Yeah, I think we
little.
need a system update for that game. Or
Yes,
not a
we
system
definitely
update,
need
a
an
game
update
update.
for. And I don't know why they got to put in what do you call it, every few seconds. Um, why they're doing a game clip? It's like capturing. And the frustrating thing about the Peggle 2 captures or the game captures is like I did one that was like this really cool slide where the ball went around this whole circle and caught everything, and it was like an extreme slide. So it captured the game clip, but when you go back to look at it, it doesn't show your shot. It like shows it after the fact. So all you do is you see like all the pegs disappear.
Okay.
So it doesn't. It's like it doesn't go back far enough to actually show you line up your shot. So that's kind of frustrating. But it is what it is. So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, one thing about that game, at least with my clip, it basically captured the last couple of seconds of the round, and then all it was just like the points racking up. But still, I thought it was okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's a fun game. I don't know if I love it as much as you do, but it's fun.
oh,
I think there's
I've beat all the masters. I beat all the
yes,
trials. Now all I got to do is all the optional challenges, and I don't know if that's gonna happen. Some of those are insanely complicated. So, but we'll see.
yeah, absolutely.
I
And
think. Oh, go ahead.
no, and I also fired up my 360, and it was really
Whoa.
odd. It's just it was like coming back to an old friend, and you, it's very familiar, but after having the Xbox One for the last 4 weeks, it was just unusual, sort of.
Yeah, I booted
And
mine up, and it's like, you know,
update.
I'm looking at the watch. Like, is this thing on? Is this thing
Oh
working?
yeah,
Hello. Like, what's going on? Where is this thing? Why is it taking 5 minutes to boot up? And you're like, oh, that's right, it always did.
yeah.
So,
And it immediately had to do that update that came out. I don't know how long ago, a couple weeks ago or whatnot. So not only was it a long boot up time, but sitting there like downloading. Okay, reboot. Downloading. Isn't that what you just did? It's like, can't you just download everything at one shot?
yeah, it would be nice.
Yeah, and I also had to sit through the Xbox One update because I had everything turned off, I guess, when I was out of town, and so I got to experience the system update for the Xbox One.
Well,
That
even
was
if
a
it was
treat.
on, you have to wait for it. It didn't do it in the background.
Oh, it didn't?
Because I've got my Xbox set, for the instant on or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and all that did was it triggered it so that it would download it. But then but what it do is it downloads the update and then actually powers your machine completely off. So when you come back in the next day and tell it to turn on, it actually doesn't. You have to actually manually walk and hit the power button, and then when it's booting up, it actually starts the install process. So it
Okay.
did download it in the background, but it did not
I
update it.
gotcha. Yeah.
So,
And you got
which,
to see that little bar going across the screen.
yes, sir.
Yeah.
And then I saw nothing change. Everything I dislike is still there. But
That's next year.
I think the one thing they did fix was I did notice that I was having issues with Smart Glass with Dead Rising 3. It would kept like disconnecting. It would lose like the connection to. It was like connected to the console, but like the game itself would seem to like I don't know. It was like it would lose connection to the game. And
Right?
so that was one of the things that they did fix was a smart glass integration issue, connection issue, and it does seem to have worked. I've been able to maintain my smart glass connection with Dead Rising 3, which if you're playing Dead Rising 3, make sure you're using that. There's a lot of rooms, a lot of doors you come up to that are locked. You have to get the side missions from smart glass to get those unlocked. So there's a lot more that you can do with Smart Glass. It's really kind of a cool integration. I like it. Like my cell phone will ring, and I have to hit the answer button, and the guy talks to me, telling me, you know, telling me this story, and yeah, if you go over here and do this, I'm gonna unlock some bonus stuff for you, and so it's kind of cool. I really like what they've done with the Smart Glass integration on that game. So make sure you guys try it out if you're playing with Dead Rising 3. So
I'll definitely have to check that out because I haven't been doing that.
it's cool. It
So,
adds more stuff to the game. It gives you, but if you're going to do that, and you're going to try to hit everything. Make sure you're playing where you don't have the time limit. So
oh yeah.
otherwise, you're just going to end up with too many missions that you can't get to if you got a time limit.
Hmm.
So, but all right. So you played Peggle too.
Yeah, and then I went on to 360 because last week when we were talking about what games were coming up this past week, I could have sworn that it was somewhere we saw, or at least I saw, Wolf Among Us episode 3. So I thought I missed episode 2. So I went in and I launched the app, and nothing's available still yet, which was kind of confusing to me. So no episode 2 or newer available yet.
Hmm. Interesting.
Weird. Yeah. So I'll have to verify that probably later on tonight after the show. But that's it for me. How about you, my friend? What have you
Of
been
course,
playing?
I played Peggle 2.
Of course.
Obviously, Dead Rising 3. I think I told you Peggle 2 was going to be the first game I 1K'd. That might not be the truth. I'm
Okay.
really close to 1K'ing Dead Rising 3.
Oh, wow.
And I only have 4 achievements left in the game. One of them is making every combo weapon. And I don't know if I've got everything picked up. All I need to do with that is actually what I need to do is sit down, print out a list, one of these guides, and see what needs to be done, and actually sit there, probably in one of my safe rooms with a locker. But I'm going to have to bounce back and forth between lockers. But just start making the stuff that I know. Start working on those things that I'm not sure if I've made or not. It's I'm missing a couple things, and I think there's a couple super weapons that are super combo weapons I haven't made that I need to make those to get that achievement. Then the last 3 is just going to be getting bronze, silver, and gold. I think it's 25 times for all those little. There's all these little challenges throughout the game. You walk up this glowing green beacon in the you walk up and it gives you a challenge like kill so many zombies just with combo weapons or with electric weapons or with flame weapons, stuff like that. So I need to do those, and so far most of them have been pretty easy to get gold on. So hopefully I can go through and get all those, but it'll be a lot easier to do in co-op. So I'll probably, if
Okay.
anybody out there wants to do that, hit me up. We'll co-op and we'll just focus on going to hit those challenge things and work on those. But I think that's going to be the first game. I could 1K it very easily. So I think that's going to be the first one, and I'm going to go for it. I love Dead Rising 3. I've beat the game twice now. I've played it twice, and I still keep going in to play. I love it. It's so much fun. I'm going to buy the season pass, too. And I rented this game, but right after Christmas, I am buying it. I am going to buy the digital version of this. And doesn't matter. I beat it twice. I'll keep playing it, and I'll be playing any DLC they bring out. So it is so much fun. And then lastly, I did put Rise back in. I'm close to finishing it, but I kept wanting to play Dead Rising 3. I mean, So it was hard for me to put Rise in, but I did play Rise. I played through another chapter. I think I've got 2 more
Yeah.
to go, and that game's over. Um, and so I need to finish that up. Hopefully this week I'll find some time to finish that game up to see how it wraps up. But it's got a really good story, and I'm enjoying it. So Rise and Dead Rising 3, Peggle 2, all fantastic games on Xbox One. So I have enjoyed it.
Fantastic.
So
Good times. Good times.
it is. So I titled the show TXL Wish List this week, and later on in the show, when we get into the community, I asked the community, what do you guys want for Christmas? Because in case you guys have missed it, we're 10 days away from Christmas. So as of recording this, so if you might want to get on your
Yeah.
shopping soon, and this gives a chance for our community to you can always tell your family, hey, you want to know what I want to listen you what I want, listen to TXL episode 272, and you'll know exactly what I want for Christmas.
Oh,
But
it's a good idea.
so we're going to talk about we'll tell you what our community wants for Christmas, and I thought it would be kind of a neat little thing.
Yeah.
But what Rob, what do you want this year for Christmas?
Okay. I was kind of thinking, what would I really want, Xbox related? And well, the number one, absolute number one thing is more free time. Because this is something that I have like none of. So I would love to get more free time, not just on Christmas Day or Christmas number 2, because my family also celebrates on the 7th of January, but just all the time. I don't think it's going to happen, but we'll see.
Be careful
I-
what you wish for.
Yeah,
Yeah, be careful what you wish for.
yeah, okay. Whatever.
I'd hate for your boss to call you and say, "You want free time, Rob?"
Oh, don't even talk like
That's
that.
what I'm saying. Be careful what you wish for.
Mhm.
So,
Yes. And then I'd love Walking Dead season 2 to start. So get that thing going. That'd be a great Christmas present. And then also Need for Speed Rivals. This is one that I've kind of been on the fence about. I've been holding off on it, but I think I'd like to get this one for Christmas. So that's my sort of short list. How about you, my friend?
I want. Oh, and it's killing me, but I know it's not coming out to early 2014. But I want Max: The Curse of Brotherhood to come out early.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
It's like now that I've played a lot of the stuff, I'm like, I was when I was putting this together, and I was like, thought of this question. I was like, man, if I could get any Xbox One game right now, and the sad thing is like, even over Titanfall and Destiny, and Tom Clancy's The Division, which I really want, I want Max: The Curse of Brotherhood, and I'm gonna play a trailer later in the show just because if you
Okay.
haven't seen Max or you haven't seen this trailer, you've got to see it. So we're gonna play it later on in the show in its entirety. So look for that. And if you're listening to us on audio, you can always watch our video clip replay on YouTube if you want to catch this. It's the official trailer, or of course just go look on YouTube for the official trailer. But it's definitely
Sure.
worth it. I want that game. I want it now. It's going to be so much fun. I also want to purchase Dead Rising 3, like I said earlier. Need for Speed Rivals, I also have this on my list because Forza 5 is a beautiful looking game, but it really is Forza. It's like it doesn't feel different. It just feels the same as every other Forza game I've played.
It's too serious, It
Yeah,
just
and Need for Speed Rivals does look really good. It looks like there's going to be some fun to have in there. I do want to get that one as well.
okay.
I also have Rise on my list. I'm not sure once I complete it if it's something I want to buy, but I kind of want to because it's such a great looking game. I kind of want to have it in my collection. I do need another Xbox One controller. I want a playing charge kit. I would also like Angry Birds Star Wars on Xbox One to be reduced in price down to $5. In my book,
So
it's a reasonable
$45
price.
off.
Yeah, I want about $45 off that price. I'm not paying $50 for Angry Birds. Give me
That's
a freaking
crazy.
break. It is. It's stupid. It's like $1 on the iPhone or the iPad, and they want $50 on the Xbox One. And then lastly, like you said, our old friend, I want XCOM Enemy Within. I want to get that and go back and play that on my 360. So that's kind of my wish list right now. So
It's a good list.
That is a good list.
I think some of that is doable.
It is. All of it's doable except for Curse of Brotherhood. I can't make that
Yeah,
game come out, or the price reduction of Angry Birds. I can't control
yeah.
either of those.
You know, in looking at the lineup for the Xbox One, at least right now, I mean, there's some definitely cool stuff out there, but none of it seems like really fresh and innovative. You know what I'm saying? And that's where something like, the Brotherhood game would be perfect.
Yes,
It's something different, something cool.
it is. And I was watching the trailer today, and I've played the game, and I mean, it was nothing I was curious about. I just sat down and played at that Xbox One event, and I
Hmm.
was hooked. I was like, oh my goodness! Once I realized what it was I was supposed to be doing and how to
Yeah.
play, I was hooked, man. And I was watching the trailer again today. I was
Give me
like,
more.
wow,
Give me
this
more.
is gonna get real. The game, the level that Vengeful Loki and I played was it wasn't really challenging. It was more of a challenge of getting used to what you were supposed to do and how to use the pen. But I was watching the trailer, and oh
Right.
my goodness, I better get really good at using that pen because in the future or in later levels, man, that game is going to kick it up a notch, and it's going to be quite interesting. So I can't wait to play it, man. I'm so stoked. So, but
Ditto. Ditto.
all right, so we're going to talk about the community wish list here at the end of the show, but let's jump into our topics now. So I think Rob, you're leading us off this week.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, Spartan Assault. This is a game that's been around for a little while now across multiple platforms. Well, they've just basically announced that December 24th, it's going to be out on the Xbox One. So if this is on your Christmas list, you'll be happy, I guess. And if it's not, it could be. So definitely think about that. So it's going to be out for the Xbox One on December 24th and on Xbox 360 in January. So you'll have to wait a little bit more if you want to play it in January. And yeah, that's Spartan Assault.
Did you I'm sorry if I was watching our video feed here of this. Did you mention the pricing?
No, I didn't. $15.
Okay. But $15, but what keep reading there.
Oh yeah, yeah,
What
yeah,
if
yeah.
you've already paid the
Yeah,
$7.99 or whatever like I did on your Windows 8
yeah.
platform?
I think we talked about this last week, didn't we? I
I
think we
thought we
mentioned
did, but
something.
I
Yeah.
thought we did. I went looking back in the script and I was like, maybe we didn't.
No, I think we did. Just trying to remember here. So if you purchased it before December 15th, you can pick it up for $5 on Xbox One. For the Xbox One.
So yeah, if I guess that's today. Ooh, tomorrow. Pick up your free game on Xbox Live or on the Xbox 360.
Yep.
Free game tomorrow. Kill many robots, right?
Yes, because
Shoot many
Gears
robots.
was first half.
Yeah, so shoot many robots. I think is tomorrow. So on the
Yeah.
16th, make sure you get your free game on the 360.
Yeah, and I've been talking to some people, and people are being selective about these games. They're like, nah, I don't want Gears or something like that. It's free, get it.
Yeah, who cares? It's a free
You
game.
might, you might not want to play it today, but 6 months from now, you might want to play it. And I mean, I've got Gears on disc, and I still got the electronic version because now I don't need to load the disc anymore. You know,
Exactly.
so yeah, make sure to get your game.
All right, so here's some interesting news. We talked about the ID at Xbox, I think a week or two ago, about the publishing program. We named a whole bunch of publishers that are on that list. But here's some interesting stuff that's come out. A developer has revealed that it must delay its multi-platform game on the PlayStation 4, the Vita, and the Wii U, or face being unable to release it on Xbox One due to Microsoft's parity clause. According to Eurogamer, Australian developer Witchbeam is encountering issues trying to get its twin-stick shooter Assault Android Cactus on Microsoft's console. The ID at Xbox program requires games on the console to have day one parity, meaning developers can only release their titles on Xbox One if they haven't already been released on other consoles. talking to Eurogamer co-creator Santana Mishra, said the simple answer is that our plans wouldn't meet the launch day parity requirement of the ID at Xbox program. We started development on our other console versions long before self-publishing was an option for Xbox One, and the only way we could meet that requirement would be to delay the other versions of Assault, Android, Cactus. So while a reprieve could have been found if Witchbeam had exclusivity deals in place before the ID at Xbox program was announced, as Microsoft will work with studios on a case-by-case basis, consider waiving its rules in those instances. Unfortunately, this doesn't help this particular game. And Mishra explained that they didn't have an exclusivity agreement in place with another console platform before the ID at Xbox program was announced, which could have allowed us to get a waiver. So, when I read this, I'm like, to me, it's like they talk about, Microsoft comes out and they're like, hey, we're going to do this stuff, we're going to allow you to self-publish. They do these programs that always seem to, like, be good. It's good for publishers and, developers, rather, that they can self-publish titles. It's kind of like the way the indies are going to go. It's good for gamers. And then they come around and say, yeah, but you can only release on us, on day one. I'm like, why does Microsoft got to shoot everybody in the foot, including themselves?
Yeah.
Because I did see another story where developers said they're not even going to bother with the Xbox One release. They're just going to release on all these other platforms. I mean, for a developer, it's about the numbers. They want to be on as many platforms as possible. So they're not going to drop 3 platforms to develop for just one. They're going to drop the one, being the Xbox One, and develop for the other platforms.
Right.
It's just, it doesn't make any sense, Microsoft. They need to pull their head out of their wazoo and fix this. So, frustrating.
Yeah, and this stuff gets them such bad press, and all these people that are looking to jump all over Microsoft. I mean, this just fuels the fire.
Yep. So hopefully that'll change.
Yeah.
We'll keep you updated.
Absolutely. And there's been more stuff in the rumor mill against, for the NSA spying on people. Well, I just can't talk tonight, I guess. So there's been more information circulating that the NSA is eavesdropping on people across the world, and 2 more platforms that they're supposedly eavesdropping on is Xbox Live. Oh boy. What do they want? Hear people swearing at each other or what? Or talking about their, Rise game or whatever. And then we've also got World of Warcraft and Second Life.
Yep.
There was some information on The Guardian. This was, I guess, released by that Snowden guy or something.
Yeah, Edward Snowden.
Yeah. Basically that they were successfully... Actually, this is going back to 2008. So this is a little ways back. They were successfully able to listen to discussions between different game players on Xbox Live. I mean, what do you do here? Do you like tap into somebody's like headphones, or actually it's probably snooping through their cable box or something in their room.
Well, what I heard was that it's not that they're tapped in. Everybody's like, oh, Microsoft is allowing the NSA to listen in. I watched a couple of different videos, news clips about this, and what it sounds like is the same thing they did in World of Warcraft. Is there's NSA agents in games.
Yeah.
So they're playing games, they're posing as gamers, but they're listening in. They're there for the purpose of trying to get into different gaming groups. So, be aware, because we're a, quote, gaming group, So, we could be a target of the NSA. I don't know why.
How do we get hired for this?
I don't
Get paid to play? That's awesome.
Yeah, no kidding. I guess, that's the government for you, man. But
get paid to play. You probably got good retirement benefits, and that'd be sweet.
Yeah, and you don't have to be on Obama's healthcare plan,
Yeah.
Because they're all exempt. So it's such a good plan that government's going to be exempt from it. Go figure.
Yeah. How about that?
So I don't think it's as worrisome Big Brother as it sounds. But I guess if you if you don't like certain aspects of the government, you better be careful what you say on Xbox Live. But you know what? You got to be careful what you say in any medium, even this one.
Yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
mean, it is what it is. You only have you might think you have freedoms, but trust me, you only have them. You have them until they take them away from you,
Yeah.
and they can take them away from you. So don't fool yourself by thinking that they can't. They can and they will.
Yep.
But I don't think it's as if you're hanging out with, if you've got a group of people you're hanging out with and you're talking about destroying the world or some terrorist activities, guess what? You're probably going to be targeted. The TXL community, they don't care about us. Unless the White House is a bunch of Sony fans, then they might target us.
Mm.
So, but yeah, I don't think they're tapped into every conversation happening. I think they got to be in your party or in the game. So,
Yeah.
stick to private parties for now.
Yeah. Yeah. There's been some. Go ahead.
And just watch what you say.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. There's been some updates on this story. Basically, that Microsoft has said that they haven't seen any evidence to support that it actually happened, and if it did, it was not sanctioned by Microsoft. And
right.
we all know that all the big name companies, are coming under fire. Like Google, Yahoo, LinkedIn, Facebook, all those companies are just getting, just so much grief over this stuff.
What I found interesting is they didn't say that they were listening in on like the PlayStation Network, um, getting in games and listening there. So I was kind of surprised, but you know, it probably is. It's just probably this is a bigger service name. I don't know. Maybe they're not. I don't know. Maybe they'll expand in the coming year. I don't know.
Well, they also didn't, eavesdrop on any like Nintendo stuff either, right?
Well, it's because they need to know everybody's friend code. I don't know. I don't know. So
Actually, I was going to get a little dig in on Nintendo, but I'll just
careful,
because
they might be
they don't
listening too.
they don't matter.
All right. So moving on.
Yes.
Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes. Konami has
Hmm.
announced that the Metal Gear Solid 5 introductory chapter Ground Zeroes will launch for the PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, Xbox 360, and Xbox One on March 18th, 2014. The publisher serves up a 15-minute preview video of the Xbox One version in a video that you can watch out on Joystick, showing off the first section of gameplay and detailing the differences between its included normal and hard difficulties. Konami additionally revealed that the Xbox 360 and the Xbox One versions of Ground Zeroes will include the exclusive Jamasvu mission, in which Metal Gear Rising Revengeance star Raiden must take out a cabal of identity-stealing body snatchers who have occupied a U.S. naval facility in Cuba. So there you go. We got some Metal Gear Solid action coming to
Sweet.
360 and Xbox One, coming out in March. Not too far away.
Excellent.
So,
Some more game info and stuff that's coming up in the near future here is Walking Dead Season 2. First episode is called All That Remains. The release date on this is Wednesday, December 18th. And if you don't pick it up right away, it's perfect for Christmas. Perfect for Christmas. First episode is $5, and you can get the season pass for $15. Basically, save yourself $5 by getting the season pass. So you basically get all 5 episodes for $20. And yeah, that's it.
I'm imagining you're going to be booting up your 360 again this coming week, then, huh?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And like by Thursday, I'll probably do it like Wednesday or Thursday, and by the end of the week, I'll be all full of anxiety.
That's for sure.
That game messes with your head. There's absolutely no decision in the game that is like the right decision.
Well, I think the new one's going to be worse because I read somewhere that we're basically going to have to try to keep Clementine alive this whole next season.
Oh wow.
So, like, all our decisions are going to be could impact her dying along the way.
Yeah.
So, and
You know,
somehow I've gone back to the guide. What happened? Oh, there we go.
I watched that trailer that we had, I believe, last week or the week before,
Hmm.
and it had Lee's voice in it, doing a little commentary and making his noise or whatever he does. I don't. It's not going to be the same.
It,
Not going to
it,
be the same without Lee.
yeah. Well, we blame Braun. He ruined
I
it.
know, right?
So we can't
He
we can't
called
talk to
it.
him about this game at all because he'll probably as soon as episode 1 comes out, oh, Clementine's a zombie.
Oh boy.
So all right,
Yeah.
moving on. Gearbox has announced Borderlands 2's third Headhunter DLC pack. How Marcus Saved Mercenary Day. This DLC will hit Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, Mac, and PC on December 17th. That's this week, people. It's going to be $2.99 in the U.S. And like the previous Headhunter packs, it includes new missions as well as unlockable heads and skins for each character. How Marcus Saved Mercenary Day takes place in the town of Gingerton, set in the snowy land of Frost Bottom. Marcus asks you to investigate a train full of guns that's gone missing on its way to Gingerton, and you'll get a chance to battle the gigantic, terrifying Mr. Tinder Snowflake, an evil snowman boss whose head you can claim for winning the fight. How Marcus Saved Mercenary Day follows Gearbox 2 previous Headhunters packs, the Thanksgiving-themed Horrible Hunger, the Ravenous Wattle Gobbler, and Halloween-themed TK Baja's Bloody Harvest. Unlike the previous packs, every character's unlockable head and skin is unique in How Marcus Saved Mercenary Day. Did Rob? I've played all the Borderlands 2 stuff, but these little packs, I have not done these.
Hey, there's
I
opportunity, my friend.
I might have to go back and run through these 3 packs over Christmas holiday. They don't come with any achievements though, so I don't feel like compelled to go that I have to. Because Borderlands 1 and 2, I have them fully 100%. So anything comes out that adds achievements, I have to buy it and play it.
Yeah.
It's just like, for some reason, I feel the need to keep Borderlands complete. But,
So instead of achievements being a goal here, maybe you can just play because it might be fun.
ah.
That old school reason why people used to play games.
No, I do. I probably am going to grab all these 3
Yeah.
after Christmas here and sit down and play them. I didn't even realize, somehow I missed these that they came out. I remember seeing the name, but I guess I don't know, I missed it. With all the Xbox One stuff, these passed me by. So I need to go back and play them. So,
Okay.
all right.
All right. So we talked about the Xbox One system update a little bit ago, and this update was slightly different than what people were used to prior on the 360. And there were basically 2 different procedures. I think that's the best way to put it for this update to happen. And basically, the first one was if your Xbox was using the Instant On feature, it automatically checks for updates when you turn it off. And then when the update was made available, which was on Tuesday the 10th, the following would happen. Your console would automatically download the update after you turn it off. Once the update has been downloaded in the background, your console will completely power down. And then because of that, you would have to power it back on yourself, I guess. When you turn the console on, you'll see the update being applied. After that, Xbox One will reboot. You'll know the update's installing because you'll see the logo with the green background. It doesn't really show you any status or anything like that. It's just the Xbox One logo. And it could take anywhere from 2 to 5 minutes. I know for me, it was probably closer to 2 minutes. I don't think it was 5 minutes, but that would probably partially depend on your download speed, I would think. And then once it's done, it'll boot you into the home screen. and you're all good to go. So if you were not using the Instant On feature, you'll have to download and apply the update after Thursday, December 12th. So if you haven't applied it already, this is the bucket that you'll be falling into, I guess. So the update, the update has the following here, and let's see, I'll read this through this list here. So it addresses smart glass issues for some users when coming in and out of connected standby. Addresses multiplayer issues for some users when rejoining games. Addresses issues with inconsistent notifications for some users. Weren't some people in the community having notification issues, including you?
Yeah, including me. Yeah. Once
Yeah.
I actually unplugged my Xbox One, plugged it
Hmm.
back in, then the notifications have worked since then.
Okay.
So it's kind of weird.
Interesting.
They worked.
Yeah.
They stopped. I unplugged it, and they worked since.
Okay. And then there were dashboard performance issues that they addressed for some users. Other improvements to Xbox One TV, system update, content update, services for scaling over time, and wireless networking driver to improve connectivity issues for some users. So, yeah, that's it.
So nothing we really wanted.
Yeah, nothing like huge, just behind the scenes types of
Right.
stuff.
So
Which, it won't necessarily be like life changing, or noticeable or anything like that. These kind of updates just hopefully make things less aggravating. Because when you have the issues like connectivity issues or multiplayer issues, that stuff really gets annoying. People complain. So,
yeah.
all right, back at you, my friend.
Alrighty. Well, I got some sad news, my friend. If you like demos, say goodbye. The Xbox 360 featured a demo for every Xbox Live Arcade release. It had to because Microsoft made that a mandate. But for Xbox One, things have changed, and now developers decide whether or not they want to release a demo. It is and always has been up to game developers to do demos for their own games, said Larry Major Nelson Hirb on his blog, which is majornelson.com. There'll be more demos for Xbox One as the platform goes forward. Major Nelson was later asked why Microsoft changed its demo policy, but offered no response to the question. His statement came in response to discussion of Peggle 2, a recent release that offers players a free demo. That's good, but problematically, the Xbox One interface does nothing to separate what were previously considered arcade games from their retail brethren. As a result, finding the demo is more difficult than it reasonably should be. So, that is true. There's supposedly demos for like NBA 14 Live or NBA Live 14 or something.
Yep.
Zoo Tycoon has one. But
Yep.
it's the only way to really find that is actually go in and do a search, and type in the game name, and you'll see how many hits come back. And then you just hover over the icon, you'll see like two, what do you call it? Like a game box art, if you will. You'll see two of those come up. One of them will be labeled underneath it. Once you highlight it, it labels it as a demo. So it's not very intuitive. I would think that in this day and age, they could have come up with a better system. And I wish that they had demos required. I wish even for retail
Yeah.
games. Why, if the reason why I think it should be mandatory is because now we're into this world where I'm like buying everything digitally. And it's the future. We all know it. Look at music. People don't buy music CDs that much anymore. The movies are going that way, games are going that way, books
Yep.
and music have pretty much gone that way. So it's coming. So why would you take out? Now I don't have the ability if I buy the game and I don't like it, I can't like go back. Not that GameStop really gives you much, but at least you can get half your money back. You're soaked. You can't get nothing back if you don't like a digital download. So I don't
Yeah.
like the fact that they don't give us demos and that it's not required anymore. And I wish it was. I think they could have made a game section of demos and put everything in there. Why not just give you games and then have a separate section of demos? They did it on the 360. They can do it here. They just don't want to. So I find this a little frustrating, but it is what it is.
That's a odd decision. It's a
Yes.
totally odd change for whatever reason. And I was really disappointed, like, with the selection of games initially. It was such a small selection of games, and there was like really nothing that you could demo. Wait, we had what, 2K14 and Zoo Tycoon? Was that it?
I think that was it. Now I guess Peggle does
Yeah.
give you a demo as well.
So that's cool at least.
And I think we do have, I don't know if it's come out yet, but I know that I think Vengeful Loki posted in our Facebook group that Dead Rising 3 is going to be doing a demo. It'll
Oh,
give you like
like
20
20
minutes.
minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
So,
That's cool. Although I'm going to complain just a little bit. It's like, get that on day one, not like 2 months later. Because two
yeah.
months later, it's not worth it at that point.
No one's
'Cause
playing it. They've moved on to the new hotness.
absolutely.
So, oh
So
well.
there you go, developers. We're telling you, please give us demos.
Yes.
Actually, I wasn't telling. I was asking nicely.
All right.
Okay, going back to Peggle 2, because we just can't get enough of this game. There's going to be a free update coming out sometime, hopefully in the near future. More details will be surfacing soon on this. And what am I actually talking about? Well, I'll tell you right now. The update will have dual mode. Basically, this is something that was available in the original Peggle. It's a competitive mode for local and online play where two people can compete against each other on the same board. And this is going to be something that, again, is going to be free to Peggle 2 owners. And let's hope that they give us some more details soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So next up, folks, here it is. This is the full trailer for Max: The Curse of Brotherhood. Enjoy this. Check this out. This is sweet. And if you put this game on your list of must-haves, I'm telling you now, this is a must-have. So here's the trailer. Enjoy.
Brother, brother, oh brother of mine, I wish you could be erased from all of time, that evil itself could take you away and leave me alone on this very day.
Max will take care of you.
And my beast will take care of Max.
Felix!
Still think your brother will save you?
So there it is, Max: The Curse of Brotherhood, coming to Xbox sometime next year. So you can go to maxthegame.com to check out the official website and see more about this amazing game. And if you guys are watching this, all I can say is, Loki, I know you're in the group here. Yeah, he just said awesome. What I saw, Loki was there with me at the Xbox One tour, and the thing that comes back to me, what I saw in this video was, we had a lot of time. There wasn't like death-defying things that were happening when we were having to do our drawing of our trees or raising the rocks. You can see in that trailer that we're gonna have to be a lot faster with that pen, and it looks like you can do multiple things like raise your rocks and then jump onto a vine that you got to draw. All the while things like lava are chasing you and stuff. It's just going to be fantastic. I cannot wait to get my hands on this game. So check it out. But we can move on now.
And those graphics look amazing. I mean,
we saw a
they
developer
look
build,
fantastic.
dude. We saw a dev build, and it was just like, oh my goodness, this looks amazing. It wasn't even a complete version. I mean, wow, it looks good. Yes, it looks that good.
When you look at it, you're like, yeah, this is next gen, and this is how it should be.
Yep.
I really wish that this was a launch title. I really do. Because I would have snapped this one up instantly. I mean, before Rise, before Forza, before Dead Rising 3 even.
Yes, this would have been a day one download. It will be a day one download for me no matter what. When it's out, I'll be grabbing it.
Oh, yeah.
So, can't
okay,
wait.
All right, moving on. More numbers information. I love to talk about the numbers of the Xbox. And this one is in relation to the Xbox One. So on December 11th, which was on, what day is like Wednesday or something? Yeah, Wednesday, December 11th, Microsoft announced that they have hit the 2 million mark for sales on the Xbox One. So the console was released on November 22nd. And what was this? About 3 weeks later or so, they have gone through 2 million units. So what they basically said is 18 days after the console launched in 13 markets, the figure is stipulated as sell-through. So it represents sales to customers rather than shipments. And this is one thing also that is kind of like a hot point on some people when they look at these figures, because a lot of companies will actually quote the numbers that have gone into the retail channel.
Yes.
So retail channel numbers, of course, are a lot different than what's been sold into people's homes, because the retail channel numbers can be significantly higher. So they said, we continue to be humbled and overwhelmed by the positive response from our fans. This is Yusuf Mehdi that has said this. We are thrilled to see the sales of Xbox One on a record-setting pace with over 2 million Xbox One consoles in homes around the world. Demand is exceeding supply in our 13 launch markets, and Xbox One is sold out at most retailers. We're also particularly excited to see consumers engaged in a wide range of games and entertainment experiences on the platform, with more than 1 million paid transactions on Xbox Live to date. Wow. And some more numbers that they've given out here is that there's 39 million achievements that have happened. 595 million gamer score points have been given out. And the Xbox One is close to the PS4 in terms of sales. So, it's good to see that they're both selling.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
That keeps the console community going.
Yep.
And we want some competition. We don't want the Xbox One to be the only one out there. We need an innovation. We need a competitor to drive Microsoft, and Microsoft, of course, to drive Sony, because in the end, that's how we win, the consumers.
Yeah, we're down to a 2-console market anyway, since Nintendo is, like you said, irrelevant now. So
yeah, they're
Sony,
handheld.
Microsoft. So all right. So moving on. Battlefield 4, there was a story originally from IGN. And then here's the original story. They said, unhappy Battlefield 4 premium customers on Xbox One are successfully obtaining refunds from Microsoft. When it was announced, EA revealed that Battlefield 4 Premium would grant access to all the game's DLCs and expansions at no extra charge once it was bought for $50. In the face of the continuing and growing problems with the game, however, many people aren't happy and are requesting refunds from Microsoft support. It appears that the company agrees that the current situation of unstable servers and dodgy DLC merits giving customers their money back, as that's what it's been doing. The only caveat seems to be that in order to get your cash refund, you have to give up your premium membership status. Well, then there was an update to that story, and it says IGN has been contacted by an individual told that he can keep his premium membership despite getting a refund. And then the latest update that they just posted a couple days ago was that a Microsoft spokesperson contacted IGN and provided the following statement. Quote, our standard refund policy as stated in our terms of service applies to Battlefield 4 and all other Electronic Arts products. We are investigating these refund claims as this is contradictory to our policy. So I don't know at this point if they are giving out refunds or not. It sounds like Microsoft is not planning on giving out refunds, but I guess we'll have to see. I don't know if anyone in our community. I know we've got people that have bought the season pass and are premium members. So, you might want to call support and just see what happens or see what they say. Maybe you get your money back and still keep your premium status. Maybe they'll say they don't do it. So, if you have gone through that, let us know on our Facebook group and just give us your, tell us what's been going on with you guys. So.
All right. So then some more news on the Forza Motorsport 5 front. There's an update coming that's going to be adding some new modes and also doing some economy balancing. So a couple of the new modes is, first off, there's the drag racing mode. So this lets you, I guess, tune your cars and, take it to the track and drag race. Okay, yay.
Yeah.
Okay. This one sounds kind of interesting. This is called tag mode, and this can actually make the game a little more interesting from the standard serious front. Basically, it gives a couple of different tag modes that you can play the game in. So first one is called Keep the It. So with this, one player begins the match as It. The goal is for the It player to keep It status as long as possible. It status transfers each time someone makes contact with the It player. Once the match timer has completed, the player with the most It time wins. Then there's Tag Virus. Now this one's cool. I like this one. One player begins the match as It. Each time the It player or an It player makes contact with another car, the It status spreads like a virus. The last uninfected player standing wins.
See, this stuff's not new. They had this in the last Forza game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then there's Pass the It. Similar to Keep the It, one player begins Pass the It match with It status. Its status transfers each time someone makes contact with it. At the end of the match, the player with the least amount of its time wins. Okay. Then there's some economy changes. I don't know if I'll skip that. There's economy changes. There's Forza rewards. They're basically saying that Forza rewards has gifted more than 500 billion in-game credits to Forza 5 players. Wow. And then wheel improvements. And this is for some of the racing wheels, the force feedback wheels. In particular, they call out the Thrustmaster TX racing wheel Ferrari 458 Italia edition. With this update, players will be able to change the max degree of rotation within the game. So, looks like an update to Forza's coming.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. Next, I'm going to go back to Dead Rising 3 DLC. And they have announced, Capcom has announced Dead Rising 3 is set to get DLC entitled Operation Broken Eagle, which is the first episode in the untold stories of Los Perditos. It'll place you in control of Commander Adam Kane and challenge you with capturing the missing president of the United States. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, hope the NSA is not listening to us. The DLC will come with a new mission, 5 new weapons, 1 new combo weapon, a new vehicle and clothing outfit, and additional gamer score. Yeah! Capcom is also making a timed demo available for the game for the first time. You'll be able to explore Ingleton for 20 minutes to see if you like the game, and this can be done 2 times per gamer tag. And Ingleton is just one of the sections of Los Peditos, so it's kind of set in 4 different zones, if you will, 4 different sections of the city, so you'll get to play in one section. Capcom has confirmed that Dead Rising 3 Operation Broken Eagle will be released on December 24th. Pricing has not been revealed. So, but if you just get if you buy the season pass, you're going to get it. So, getting Christmas Eve, another one on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
So we'll have this and what was the other one coming out on Christmas Eve?
Oh, I forgot already. What was that? Spartan Assault?
Yes, Spartan Assault and the Dead Rising 3 DLC, both on Christmas Eve. So there you have it.
Okay. NPD numbers have been released for the month of November. And 2 very notable things that happened in November, of course. Xbox One release and the PS4 have been released. So those are now factored into these numbers for the first time. Total software sales for the month were $1.085 billion. That's a lot of money in software. Wow.
Couple, 2, 3.
That's impressive, yeah. You know, for people saying that, you know, the console industry is, you know, slowing down or something like that, that's $1 billion in a month. That's crazy.
Yeah, but it's down.
Yeah, it is. Down over last year by 24%. So the best-selling titles between November 3rd and November 30th in order are Call of Duty Ghosts, Battlefield 4, Assassin's Creed 4, Madden NFL 25, Grand Theft Auto 5, NBA 2K14, Skylanders Squad Force, Just Dance 2014, Disney Infinity, and FIFA 14.
I
Okay.
can't believe Skylanders beat out FIFA 14.
Well, Skylanders and Disney Infinity.
Yeah.
Both of them. And Just Dance 14. Yeah.
Wow. So, interesting.
Yeah. Okay. On a side note, looks like Nintendo had positive sales with the 3DS. I actually purchased the 3DS XL actually it was last week when I was out of town. I was bored. So that thing's actually kind of neat. The 3D effect on it's pretty cool.
We have one more in our house.
You what?
We'll have a third one in our house here soon.
Oh, yeah?
Or it's just not known.
I gotcha.
Shh. Exactly.
Quiet. Yeah, but I've been playing Zelda on that thing, and I loved Zelda back in the day. So it's the same kind of fun as it was on the Super Nintendo. I think it was. Anyway, so moving on to Microsoft news. There's been 909,132 Xbox One sold within the first 9 days, making it the fastest selling console on the market in the United States. An average of 101,000 Xbox One consoles were sold per day. That is pretty sweet. And then Larry Herb, Major Nelson, reported on Twitter that 647,360s were sold in November, making it the number 1 selling last-gen console for the month. And so then that's it. That's it for the Xbox news. The rest goes on about the PS4 and Nintendo. And I won't bore everyone with that.
Yeah, and they've sold over 2 million so far. Xbox
Yeah.
One, so I think it's off to a really good start.
Yeah, they've done over 2 million consoles in 18 days, and the PS4 is at 2.1 million. But they had what, like a week?
They had a week
head start.
A week head start. I think reason I think the Xbox is selling faster in North America is because we had Xbox. I should say we. I'm not Microsoft. Microsoft had a worldwide release in a smaller market. Sony had a larger market, but they also went to Europe later. So I don't know if they didn't have as many available for North America as Microsoft maybe did, but it's both consoles are doing very well. So I mean, both companies are going to spin the numbers, but regardless, both companies currently have sold roughly about the same amount of hardware. And yes, Sony had a week extra to do it in. So if they're up by a few numbers, it's they're both on equal ground and equal footing, and I expect these two to sell equally. They pretty much came out pretty close to each other last gen. I think they're going to do the same this gen. There's only two consoles worth going after, so I'd say good numbers for both consoles. Glad to see it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And one thing I was thinking about actually just today and even a little bit yesterday was that I monitor all these shopping sites, looking for deals and all, and I see all these messages like, Xbox One is available at Best Buy, Xbox One is available at Amazon, and it's so nice not having to scramble trying to find one, because this is the first console that I pre-ordered. Prior to that, I had the Xbox, the original Xbox. I didn't get it on launch day, and then I regretted it. It was months before I got it. The Xbox 360 came out. I didn't get it. I pre-ordered or anything. And it was the same thing. I just scrounging for it, trying to find it at the retailers and so forth. So it's so nice not having to worry about it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've been very happy to be the first time I bought a console on day one, and I've enjoyed it. I haven't even gone. Like I said, I don't even go back to the 360 anymore. I kind of feel sorry there. I got friends on there I haven't spoken to since I got my X1.
Yep.
I need to boot it up just to talk to them. I should boot it up and talk to them while I'm actually playing on my one, just so I can talk to some of my old friends. So.
Oh, absolutely. All
right. Well, here we go into our last story of the day. And that's Cliff Bleszinski has spoken to IGN about his idea for a new shooter. And if you're wondering who's Cliff Bleszinski, well,
Cliffy B.
First of all, you obviously shouldn't be listening to this podcast because you're not a true Xbox fan if you don't know who Cliff Bleszinski is. But he is the former Epic Games design director who's responsible for Gears of War. Thank you very much. One of the best games ever on 360. So he was talking to IGN about his idea for his next game, and of course it shouldn't come as any kind of surprise to anybody, but it's going to be a first-person shooter. He was a guest on a recent podcast, and while the conversation spent a good amount of time dealing with discussing the games industry as a whole, he did provide some details about the status of his next game. After explaining that the terms of his employment with Epic Games, which he left last year, didn't allow for him to use any of the ideas he came up with during his time there, he said, "So I had to start completely blank and fresh. But I mean, I have a slide deck, I have a pitch, I have a concept art, I know pretty much what I want to do." Asked if it would be a console game, he replied, "It'll be on PC. It'll be a PC experience that'll harken back to a certain type of game that we cut our teeth on, if you know what I'm saying." All he would say about a platform for the game previously was that it would not be an Xbox One exclusive. Well, I mean, first-person shooter, he said, of the game genre, it's in my DNA. It's one of those things that a lot of these kids playing Call of Duty, I don't think they know what a proper arena shooter is if it hit them in the head. Bleszinski's history with arena shooters is extensive, having worked on Epic's Unreal Tournament series since its debut.
Yep.
So I'm guessing he wants to do something kind of like Unreal Tournament. Rob, would you say that that's kind of where he's going at with this?
Yeah, Unreal Tournament / Unreal.
Yeah. So obviously like an arena type of a game. Unreal Tournament was a blast. I mean, we used to have a lot of fun with our LAN parties tearing it up with that stuff. So,
dude, that's all we played.
Yeah.
For hours.
So.
And then, you got some people that want to play something else. It's like, okay, you go play over there.
Exactly.
We'll play Unreal Tournament still.
So he's got some stuff. In last August, he began teasing a new IP, and let's see. Following the departure from Epic last year, he indicated he would start a new studio, and in August, he began teasing his new IP, releasing several pieces of concept art, um, and we'll see what happens. So I'm sure we'll hear from him again probably in 2014, and maybe we'll have some more news. But obviously not it's gonna launch or lead on PC. So we'll see what happens. I would hope it would come to console though too.
Oh yeah,
But all right.
definitely. Yeah, I've got one more thing I want to mention before we move on to community topics.
All right.
And that while I was traveling, I listened to an audiobook that was fantastic, and I thought I'd just recommend it to the community. Because if you're a gamer, you pretty much know the company id Software, and there's a book. It's a little old right now. I think it was written about not 8 years ago or so. There's a book called Masters of Doom. Basically, this is a book that kind of follows the history of id Software, going back, until like the early 90s when they started off writing Commander Keen games, amongst other games, and then it followed them through Doom and the Quakes and so forth. And it was really entertaining, and it was just so awesome to hear like what happened with John Carmack and John Romero, and then some of the other players in the id Software, like Willits and American McGee, and there's just all these names that were so familiar to me for years and years. You just kind of get to hear if you get the book, I guess you get to read basically how this all came together, and just the relationships of the people, and how they got along, how they didn't get along. It's just fantastic. It's just a fantastic audiobook. It's read by Will Wheaton, or Will Wheaton. If you watch Family Guy, you know what that's from. But it was a fantastic story, and I know a lot of our people in the community have, they've been around for a while, and if you remember the days when Doom came out and stuff like that, you definitely want to check this thing out. So there's my plug for the audiobook.
Okie dokie. And I put the cover there up on the screen so people can see what you're talking about. So, but and where might they buy that, Rob?
Well, you can get the book at Amazon.com, I'm sure.
Yeah, I bet you can.
And I listened to it on Audible, which is now an Amazon company. But yeah, it's fantastic, man. I mean, it was just like such a huge trip down memory lane for me, because I played Commander Keen. They talked a bit about Duke Nukem in there, and because that was competition. They talked about Duke Nukem. They talked about Doom coming out as shareware, and then Doom 2, and then they talked about Hexen, which was spun off, and they talked about how they were going back and forth, and they finally decided to license the engine out, so companies can buy the engine, the Doom engine, and make their own games. I mean, this is stuff that they started all this stuff. I mean, They made shareware super popular. I mean, shareware was out there, but it didn't hit the levels that it did until Doom came out. And so all the ones, the different Quakes, and how Quake 3 Arena came out, and they weren't too pleased about that, and there was some fighting between the members of the company, and it's just so interesting. And I was really surprised also, on a quick note, that John Carmack left id Software last month.
Yeah.
I just heard that the other day.
Oh, yeah, he flew the coop.
Yeah, he's at Oculus now.
Yep.
So there's I'm really curious to see what's going to happen with Oculus, because it's got some big time names backing it. and that might be the next big thing.
All right.
So, yep.
Cool.
Okay, I'm done.
All righty. Well, into our community time. If you want to check us out on Facebook, look for This Xbox Life. You can email us, contact at thisxboxlife.com. Follow us on Twitter. And don't forget, we are doing a Killer Instinct giveaway, courtesy of Ty J. And again, all you have to do is go to thisxboxlife.com/contest and fill out the answer. And what we're looking for is the answer to this question. Killer Instinct was initially released in arcades in 1994. The game was rumored to use a certain hardware engine. What was the name of that hardware engine it was rumored to be using? Type that into the answer box there and submit it, and we will pick a winner next week to receive the Xbox One downloadable version of Killer Instinct with all characters unlocked. So again, thank you, Ty J, for that. We really appreciate that.
Very cool.
So we are going to go into some community questions, and the question was, what does the TXL community want for Christmas? You heard what Rob and I said we wanted, and so we're going to just go back and forth here. Chris said he would love the Killer Instinct fight stick, but he doubts Santa can even justify the hefty $200 price tag, so he thinks NBA 2K14 will have to do.
Okay. Sand says the Vanguard G190. It's awesome for gaming on the go. And let's just hope that my wife has picked it up on the subtle hints that she's dropped. Nice.
Yeah, I looked at getting one of these when I was talking about traveling with my 360. This is one of those you can just put it in a case. It has like the screen, everything's connected. So you just like open up this case and just start playing. Everything's hooked up. So it's really cool.
Oh, yeah.
William writes in, I want everyone in my hometown to take a cab all through the festive period. Why? Well, I'm a cab driver, and my Christmas money will be buying my Xbox One in January. 'Tis the season to be busy.
Oh, yeah.
So, yep. Tip those cab drivers, people.
That's right.
You might just be tipping a community member, helping them get
Or
a
maybe-
next one.
Or maybe tip them some Xbox games, too.
There you go.
That'd be a fantastic tip. All right. Don writes in, I already got my Christmas gift in just getting the console. All other gift giving has been canceled this year as a result.
Bo says, I want Max, The Curse of Brotherhood. Yeah.
Yep.
And the Tom Clancy's The Division. But I'll settle for the enjoyment I have playing with fellow This Xbox Life TXL-ites online. He also wants Lego's Marvel. Christmas came early. So he must have got Lego's Marvel.
Yep. Chris writes in, I'd like Need for Speed or maybe a second controller. I'm all about the Microsoft gift cards as I've gone all digital this generation.
Yeah, I've done the same thing. I reiterated to my wife today. I do not want an actual game. I want a gift card. Don't buy the game.
Hint.
Bo writes in, again, he says, I would also like an Xbox One update featuring party chat automatically enabled, controller battery life icon on screen, remote downloads through Smart Glass. So, amen to that. I agree.
Yep. Paul writes in, I just want notifications when my friends come online. That new update thing did nothing to help either. All the small things, Microsoft.
I would agree with that. Stuart writes in, I'm with Bo and the party chat and stuff, auto download if I purchase a game on the website so it's ready for me when I get home. Being a 30 plus gig game. Because I bought Battlefield 4 with my phone expecting to be done when I got home. Nope, still had to hit the install on the console and wait an hour or so for it to finish.
Oof.
Yeah.
Lynn writes in, I want the Assassin's Creed Season Pass and Lego Marvel for the kids and I. That is all.
All right. Robert says, I've already told my family not to buy me anything because I bought an Xbox One and 4 games already, though I'm pretty sure my daughter bought me a game anyway. Need for Speed would be the one game I wouldn't mind getting.
Todd writes in, I'll be getting Spartan Assault for Christmas from myself. Maybe some DR3 DLC.
Yeah, exactly. Henley says, I would like Forza 5 and Need for Speed.
Chris writes in, I'd like a 72-inch 4K TV. That'd be nice.
Andrew says, an Xbox One and a new Xbox 360 and the Nokia 2525 tablet.
There you go. And then Michael says, I'll go with AC4, Call of Duty Ghosts, Rise, and an extra controller.
All right. So
Some
cool.
good stuff there.
Hopefully, Rob and I wish you all Merry Christmas, and hopefully Santa brings you all the things that you guys are wishing for. Because I don't know a better group of people that deserves what they want. I think they should all get it.
Yeah.
So. All right. So, again, and if you want to buy anything for one of these wonderful community members, be sure to buy it for them at Amazon.com. So, new releases this week. I think we do have at least one thing to talk about.
Yeah, it's another weird week where there hasn't been a whole lot, and we're talking about 2 consoles here, and we've only got one title. So for the 360, Walking Dead Season 2, Episode 1 coming out on Wednesday. So I'm looking forward to that. And that's it. Nothing really on the Xbox One, right?
I think Christmas Eve is going to be the first thing we get there.
Yeah.
So, but it's it's the end of the year, so we'll see. We'll see some stuff pick up, definitely in February.
Yeah.
So, but again, I'm going to plug it every time. So, just anything you buy, or whether it's a gift or for yourself, be sure to use our affiliate link there and support the show. That's it, Rob. I think we are done for this week.
Yes, sir.
Rather short show, but I think we had a lot of good info this week.
Absolutely.
So, with that, be sure to rate us 5 stars on iTunes if you're listening through iTunes. And be sure to check us out at YouTube. It's youtube.com/ThisXboxLife to get the video replay of the live Twitch broadcast. With that, I am Mark, a.k.a. Wingman709, taking off.
This is Rob, also known as Presar on Xbox Live. Thanks for listening, everybody. Good luck to all the entrants to our contest, and have a good one. See you next week.